Hi! Could the Lego Ideas Botanical Garden be a part of the modular street? The Botanical Garden set number 21353 was recently released and was changed from a modular style structure to a low-lying building fit for an idyllic park. This leaves me wondering, what makes a modular? Lego also recently released their 3 internal rules for the modulars, but that isn't the complete story of what qualifies a set under the modular theme. Their rules leave a lot of interpretation as to what constitutes a modular. The architecture of the classic modulars evokes an image of a historic main street or small town set around the mid-20th century, full of details and period buildings. However, Lego's rules would also include the Marvel and Ninjago buildings, but they would be pretty out of place on a historic main street. There is no single architecture style, and the exact details of how the Lego modulars are designed continue to be a mystery. With so many sets being submitted to Lego Ideas and Bricklink only to be rejected, something is clearly missing from these designs. And those that do get approved, like the Botanical Gardens, get changed to the point where they no longer fit in the modular theme. Occasionally, a set will get another chance through the Bricklink Designer program. However, most are not so lucky and get sent back to the brick bin. Lego even changed the rules to disqualify all modular style sets from future Ideas and Bricklink Designer program rounds. With these recent changes, only 3 unofficial sets got a second chance, and the Botanical Garden was the only one to get an official release. Lego has proven to be very protective over the modular street. I've compiled data on all the town modulars released to date to figure out what rules they follow and how the Botanical Garden fits in. I did include the Bricklink Studio sets in my analysis, but omitted them from my findings as they skewed the results. Spoiler: Market Street does not qualify as a modular, and Lego has stated so as it was released under the factory line. I'm Micah, and these are the 15 rules that all official Lego modulars follow. Beginning with 2 honorable mentions. Aside from the polarizing architecture of the 1950s-style downtown diner and corner garage, all sets have traditional or round columns. Renditions of the Ionic and Doric orders even appear in many sets. Prior to the downtown diner, Lego used to require that all townsfolk have the classic smiling face. This rule has since been retracted, and now the minifigures can smile like they actually mean it. Lego's official rules start us off at number 15. There must be stairs connecting each floor, although Town Hall bends this rule with an elevator and its only stairs are going down to the auditorium floor. At number 14, the sky's the limit with enough copies of a set. The middle floor of every building must be repeatable. In at 13, there must be Technic pin connections on every set, and they don't have to be part of the building. The Natural History Museum blends them into landscaping to push back the front for a more open streetscape. My findings start us off at number 12. It's all about transparency. Every window must be trans clear. While they vary in style, every window should be multi-segmented and have depth in the facade. The Grand Emporium is a perfect example of this with its many windows and orderly neoclassical architecture. For 11, light the way. There are always exterior building lights, and there must be a white lamppost for every 32 studs of frontage. The PAL Cinema can light up the night sky for miles. It has 53 exterior lights, the most of any building. Rounding out our 10th spot, there are always curves or arches in the building. The Boutique Hotel has a stunning cupola above a private balcony. At number 9, there should be an interior opened below or exterior balcony somewhere in the set. Everyone loves a view. Even the Jazz Club's 2nd floor has a private view of the performers below. Coming in at number 8, it's all about the street. The building setback is typically 7 studs, and the sidewalk design must always start with a 1-stud row of light bluish gray tiles, followed by dark bluish gray 2x2 tiles. And, of course, the rain needs somewhere to go, so there are always 2 storm drains within 10 studs of either end, although the exact 2 of 10 studs that they are placed on varies from set to set. And I didn't care much for that, so I changed it on all mine to be the same. Unlucky number 7. Remember what I said about the Market Street set number 10190 not qualifying as a modular? Well, it doesn't fit all the rules. The facades of all buildings must feature vertical snot elements, that's studs not on top. In these cases, they're literally running upwards, and Market Street doesn't have any. While it may have had the honor of starting out the modular line, it doesn't make the cut. Number 6, land utilization. The floor area ratio should be around 100%, and the lot coverage should be about half that. Shockingly, the boutique hotel has the highest floor area ratio at 141%. On the opposite end, we have the Brick Bank at a measly 42%. While its atrium may be grand, it doesn't leave a lot of space for much else. Surprising? Probably no one. City Hall has the highest lot coverage at 68%, while the Parisian restaurant has the smallest at just 39%. This is a sharp contrast of scale over detail. While compact, Chez Albert's makes great use of its limited size. Rounding out our top 5, Assembly Square with its 3 buildings at 3 setbacks, 3 floors, and 3 elevations of the corner buildings still stands today as one of the most beautiful sets ever designed. The majority of modulars follows the rules of thirds, and while we may not think about it, composition and symmetry makes all the difference between an ordinary and beautiful building. Coming in at number 4, all modulars must be on a base plate, either 32 by 32 studs or 48 by 32 studs for those special sets like Assembly Square and the Natural History Museum. Down to our top 3, buildings must never exceed 3 floors of usable space. And just like the real world, spires don't count. Sorry to all the spires out there, you're still beautiful. Number 2, the roofs and floors of all buildings must be removable, allowing access to the interior spaces. The roofs of the bookstore and townhome are a little different and split in half for dollhouse style access. And finally, the number 1 rule that all official Lego modulars follow. The principal color of each building is never one of the 4 original Lego colors of red, yellow, green, or blue. Whether it's the green grocer, detective's office, corner garage, or any set in between, they either feature earthy or vibrant colors, and sometimes both. So, how does the Botanical Garden stack up against the official modulars? Pretty well. The principal color is white and sand green. The interior is accessible through removable skylights and walls. It's 1 level with a small observation deck. It's on a base plate, but it's oversized at 64 by 32 studs. It follows the rules of thirds, with the front elevation comprising 3 masses and the central mass having a ground, middle, and top section. The land use is not the lowest at 42%, just beating out the corner garage, but its floor area ratio is at just 35%. It has vertical snot elements, but just barely. It only has 1x2 and 2x2 tiles at the column bases. It doesn't comply with the standard streetscape. There are no end-to-end sidewalks or drains. Its observation deck in the atrium overlooking the garden qualifies as an indoor balcony. Its Victorian architecture is full of arches and domed glazing, a first, combining the round elements directly into the windows. And no bay windows and other sets do not count because the panes are still flat. There are plenty of exterior lights, but no lampposts. Its windows are made out of 4 to 6 segments and are set back in columns capped with arches. There are no Technic pin connections though, and there is no middle floor at all. Its middle section is a part of the domed skylights. And finally, it has a spiral staircase connecting the observation deck. While the Botanical Garden is clearly not a modular and would be out of place on the main street, it still has a place in the modular town. Its architecture is heavily inspired by the modular style, and it conforms to 11 out of the 14 rules, though I did give it half points for land use and lighting. Its design even calls back to the Brick Bank with the same combination of white columns and arches with sand green windows, although the Brick Bank is a neoclassical building and has a Dutch annex around the corner. Ultimately, the modular style has evolved and inspired more than just buildings and official sets. It has started to become a connected narrative, including vehicles and other sets, like the Orient Express. The Orient Express even has a place in the narrative and a physical place at the Lego-produced but unofficial Brick Cross train station. I'm Micah, and these have been the 15 rules of the Lego modular theme. I hope this has been insightful into the zoning ordinance and architecture of the modular town street, and will help you in building your own buildings. Thank you for watching, and have a good one. See ya.